Hi everyone, very good evening. I would request Mr. Lakshay from our IT team to go live on our YouTube channel. Lakshay, just give me a thumbs up once we are live on YouTube. Hi ma'am, very good evening.
Hello, Abhishek.
Thanks for joining in. I hope you're doing well. So, participants, today we have with us Dr. Ritu Jain Gaurav, who is the founder and the CEO of U2E Systems Private Limited, Singapore, India. She has also been in the list of top 130 women transforming India in 2019 Niti Aayog. Also, she has been a part of the top women voices in social innovation in the year 2023 and 2024 by the Center of AI Innovation, CAI, Singapore, and she's been a leading leader in the field of cybersecurity. She has been a CXO, investor, leadership, technology, innovation, and a lot more. I think in the if I continue to for an introduction, it will take another 15 to 20 minutes. So, following the restricted timelines, the timelines framework, I would request Dr. Ritu Jain to kindly start with the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Abhishek, and thanks to Ministry of Education, AICTE, and all the students, aspiring technology students who want to learn and who are as enthusiastic as I am. Of course, the only difference is the age. I am enthusiastic at my age after 30 years of experience in technology, and I'm so excited. These are exciting times. Technology is changing very quickly. I started my career with Netscape, and today I am quite amazed at where we have reached. And this is my pleasure to be here and share with you some of the learnings on what to expect in future, what do we have currently, and specifically on the modern applications and cybersecurity. Is it okay if I share my screen?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, so just let me know and feel free to interrupt anytime if you are able to see my screen. Do you want, should I start from like the slideshow? Will it be okay, or should I just,
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, we can see the deck, and probably I can see people joining in via YouTube live session. I would request all team leaders to kindly request all the team members to join via WebEx platform as well. The audience on YouTube is quite large, so I would request to join in via WebEx. Sure, ma'am. We can start with the deck. Probably you can put it in the slideshow mode.
oh, okay. Are you able to, is it is in the slideshow mode? So you are okay, you are able to see?
Ma'am, as of now, it's reflected in the normal mode. I can see the number of slides on my left hand side.
1 minute. Uh, is it not showing in the slideshow mode?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me see. If,
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's in the slideshow mode now.
Okay, just tell me now.
Yes, ma'am, we can see it now. Yeah.
Okay, so let me first of all thank you for bringing me here. I'm quite excited to share my 30 years of experience and my current role as a chief technology officer. I am a hands-on techie, and I'm not ashamed to say that even at this age. And it is the age of the tech, and I'm quite happy to be sharing some of the knowledge on cybersecurity essentials. Today, we are looking at three learning outcomes at the end of the session for the topic which we have chosen, which is cybersecurity essentials for securing modern applications. Now, all the three things which we are going to learn at the end of it is, first is we will explore what is ethical hacking, and we will explore ethical hacking through the open source intelligence, that is intelligence which is available to all, as mentioned, open source. Then we are going to look at some of the cybersecurity tools. One of the biggest toolbox, which is Linux-based toolbox, is Kali Unix. We are going to install and initiate cybersecurity through this toolbox. It has about 600 tools, all are open source. And one of Wireshark is one of the tools for a very specific functionality. We're going to explore that tool. At the same time, we are going to develop the security practices and framework. We are going to understand the framework and develop the security practices for the modern applications. So that is modern applications. We are going to discuss what are modern applications and more about that. Okay, and then this slide, it's about me. I come from a very small town in near Delhi, which is Dehradun. I was born and brought up there. Third generation. My grandparents moved from one of the villages in UP, and I studied my initial grade 12 in St. Joseph's Academy, Dehradun, followed by my Bachelor's of Engineering in Lucknow and Master's in Technology in IIT Roorkee. All through, I was in electronics and communication, so that's my core. I understand from the protocol level to the data level to all the syllabus, all what you have studying. I have studied in my courses, and then followed by my 25, 30 years of career in technology, starting with Motorola, Lucent, Alcatel Lucent, one of the companies, Cilantro, which got acquired by Broadsoft and now is part of Cisco, and then number of two services companies, and Singtel in Singapore, followed by Alcatel Lucent in Singapore, and then I started U2U Systems. They was one of the founders. I am one of the founders in digital transformation space in 2015. I'm also a founding director of Sushamta, which is a not-for-profit Section 8 company in India, focused towards skill development in technology, specifically for women in tech, women in STEM. So I'm an author of four books in cybersecurity. One of the books is for the college level, is Cybersecurity Essentials for Organizations. It is based on AIC recommended one of the curriculums. It's exact curriculum mapped to AICT minor course. Then I have written one of the books which is Enabling Cyber Hygiene for School Students. Then I building a cybersecurity culture in an organization. So cybersecurity actually is can be a culture, and that's a book which I have written on culture in and building a culture in an organization. Then there is another book which is implementing cybersecurities for schools. There's a five-step approach based on NCPCR guidelines. It's a book which talks about what are the different approach we can take to implement cybersecurity in schools. As Abhishek mentioned, I was selected as one of the top 100 women transforming India in 2019 by the Niti Aayog. Then I am also the Women Voices in Social Innovation by Center of Artificial Intelligence in Singapore, and Young Women in Technology. So that's a brief about me, my background, mostly in tech, as you can see, and also very, very much enthusiastic about cybersecurity, as my books can tell you. Now, exploring cybersecurity essentials for securing modern applications. Any questions till now, or shall I continue?
Ma'am, maybe we can take up the questions or any queries related to the domain-specific uh, framework, and in the last 10 to 15 minutes, probably we can continue with the session.
Right,
Yeah.
perfect. So, exploring the cybersecurity essentials for modern applications. There are three learning outcomes here for 60 minutes of our discussion. First learning outcome we'll start with, which is explore ethical hacking through open source intelligence. At the end of the session, you would be able to know what is the role of ethical hacker. And then I will introduce you one of the virtual ethical hackers whose name is Aisha, and what does she do. Then we'll try to understand whether its open source intelligence is legal, is it free, is there a framework. So all these questions you will get to understand by the end of our first 15 minutes. Let me begin with that. So let me introduce you to Aisha. So who is Aisha? Aisha is a cyber warrior and ethical hacker. Looks quite cool, right? She is she looks quite like out of one character out of movies. Yes. So her role is she is the chief of vigilance in an organization. Now, what's her role? What does she do? Apart from looking as cool as she looks here. So let's we have selected Aisha for enabling the transformation journey and humanizing the experiences and building the values, which our company U2U Systems Singapore and so Shamta is selected Aisha, a role model or a persona in an organization for uh, for the cybersecurity as a cyber warrior and an ethical hacker. Now, being as looks as cool as she does, so what does she do? So what does Aisha do? Well, we all know CBI, Central Vigilance. We all know CBI. What does CBI do? CBI focuses on tapping a phone for the country's security, watch out for threats around the globe, watch out for terrorism threats, and when they find it a threat, they raise an alarm. So their role is for central vigilance, which is centralized vigilance for the country, right? Now, Aisha's role is quite similar. She is a chief of vigilance in an organization. So, what kind of organization? Now, since we are talking about modern applications, I would mention some of these modern applications like Zomato, like Swiggy, like Airbnb. We have all heard of them, right? So, they are applications, but they are an organization as well. Imagine if there is a downtime in Zomato or a downtime in Swiggy or downtime in Airbnb or maybe an Airtel app. How much losses will the organization suffer? And not to forget the ransomware, protection from ransomware. And we are already seeing a lot of people being scammed for digital arrests, right? So if some such kind of digital arrest can also happen in an organization, there's a possibility. So what is her role? Her role is very important because she is an ethical hacker and she is the chief of vigilance. Her role is to capture and analyze all the security hits in that organization. That the uh, Analyzing security and capturing does not only mean analyzing and capturing hits to the applications like Zomato, Swiggy, but also any threat to the organization from people, from terrorism, from digital arrest, or from ransomware. Her role is a complete role as Chief of Vigilance. In today's talk, we are only going to look at threats to security, threats to modern applications. However, cybersecurity does not only mean ethical hacking, does not only mean threats to application, but also means threats to organization. Now, that's the role of Aisha, and it is a very
Ma'am,
important role.
sorry to interrupt. Actually, I guess your screen is stuck on the previous slide.
Is it
Yes, ma'am.
now?
Yeah, if it, uh, I guess it's loading. Okay, ma'am, can you just uh, again present? Maybe there's some technical glitch.
Okay, let me just do that again.
Yeah, now it's moving, ma'am. Yeah, introducing Aisha. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
uh, okay, 1 minute. Huh? See, on my screen, it's suddenly not there. But anyway, can you see it now?
Ma'am, it's on the fifth slide now.
Which is fifth slide, which is introducing Aisha. What does
Right,
Aisha do?
right.
Right?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
perfect. So I will use that this only. So I've just spoken about like what is her role and what does she do, right? Her role is chief of vigilance. Now, I there is vigilance. She is the chief of vigilance, and what is her end goal? What is her end goal? Are you able to see the sixth slide?
Yes, ma'am. We can see it now. Yeah.
Cybersecurity starts with ethical hacking and ends with peace of mind. That means no firefighting. Focus of everybody in the organization is on business and protection from threats, protection from downtime. So that's the role of Aisha. And are you seventh slide exploring open source intelligence? What is open source intelligence? So open source intelligence is like a radar. It's like you are scanning the media, you're scanning the internet, you're scanning the geographical areas, you are under observation at all times to explore, to understand the threats to the organization or threats to the application. So please remember there are two things we are talking about: threat to organization, and then secondly, threat to the more application. Now we're going to be covering about threat to applications. How can we secure the applications in the next couple of minutes? So open source intelligence, is it legal? What do you think? Is it legal? Is it free? Like open source, as it says, it is legal and it is free. So that means that within the framework of the policies of the government, within the framework of the policies of the corporation, within the framework of the policies of technology, it is available to everybody and it is also free. Like also a free. Now, this open source intelligence Is there any framework? Is an open source intelligence, do we have any framework? Well, there is a framework available. Uh, Let me show you. It's online. Can you see my screen?
Now we can see it. Yeah.
Can you see the OSINT framework?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so you can see I'm showing you a open source framework, open source intelligence framework.com. So this is visible to all. People can go, you can go and explore this framework. Now, it's an open source framework. So what does this framework do? What does this framework gives to us? It framework gives to us a list of domains which through which can we can understand security. For example, let's say IP and MAC address. Now, in IP and MAC address, we need to work on security for geolocation, IPv4, IPv6, reputation, blacklist, domains, wireless networks, network analysis tools, IP loggers. So this framework gives us a certain domains where we can verify and work on the cybersecurity principles. Like, for example, I will just choose network analysis tools. In the network analysis tools, you will see Wireshark, Network Miner, uh, Packer Total, Network Total. So there are tools which are available in the network analysis. They are all open source. In, say, for example, we are looking at uh, so Wireshark we will cover in network analysis. Say, for example, we are looking at domain name security. Now, domain name security, we can check via who is records. So we can use who is record, who is, I believe you can use, you may have used it before as to who owns that domain. So that is a who is record. This is also one of the security tool which we can use to verify whether that organization is legit or whether that organization is fake through the domain name. So that is one of the who is tools for the domain names. Now uh, we explore, for example, terrorism. Okay. Now for the terrorism, is there a global terrorism database? So when you click here, I'm not going to click right now because it's going to take me to a open source website where there is a list of global terrorism database. Okay, so that's where that tool we can use. Then there is dark web. Okay, we have heard of dark web. So what information is available on the dark web? So we can look at some of the searches like TOR searches and search for what information of our organization is available on the dark web. So that's one of the open source intelligence tools. Then threat intelligence. Threat intelligence again, when you look at, you will see phishing, IOC tools, TTPs. Because of the time restrictions, we will not be able to go through. But you can explore phishing. You know what are the tools available for in the framework for the phishing statistics. When you click, you will be able to check that. So then there are AI tools. AI tools, you can see Chat GPT, you can see Worm GPT. It may not be complete. However, one of the tools, mostly these are all open source. and R means requires registration. So if you see on the top left hand corner, chat GPT R in bracket, R means requires registration. So there are T means indicates a link tool that must be installed or run locally. D means Google Doc, requires registration. So we can use open INST framework to understand the like business records. So for company profiles, where we can get the company profiles. So these are like for a chief of vigilance. These are important information which they can use to using the open INST framework. If you want annual reports of a company, okay, you can. There are places available where you can. These are all legit availability. And even for dating, I'm not going to click that, but however, telephone numbers, yes. So there are tools where you will have who called, caller ID list, like a true caller. True caller may not be there because it is country specific, but in an international, yeah, it's there. So true caller, we can, it will take you through a true caller for the framework. So ONSIT framework is one of the places where we can go, or where Aisha can go to get more information about the threats to the organization, or threats to the data, or threats to the applications. I'm just stopping to share this and come back to the slide. Can you see the slide?
Ma'am, I guess the deck is loading. Yeah, it's visible here.
Yes. So this is the open source intelligence framework, which we just went through. And you see, I talked about IP and MAC addresses, and then the network analysis tools, and focused on the Wireshark. So Wireshark is one of the tools to monitor network traffic, right? So the learning outcomes for one, that is, what is the role of ethical hacker? Who is Aisha? We know Aisha is the chief of vigilance. Her role is to protect the organization. She is part of the cybersecurity cell inside the organization. The organization can be a institute, can be an educational institute, can be a government organization, can be a corporate organization, can also be an educational institute like a school or a college. So the role of ethical hacker, or role of Aisha as a cyber warrior, is to protect is protection of the organization from external and internal threats. Is open source intelligence legal? Yes, it is. As I said, that it's completely legal within the policies and framework of of government, or within the organization and technology. Is there an open source intelligent framework? Yes, we have seen the open source intelligent framework, OS and INT framework.com, and that's the framework which may be our first go to. The moment Aisha joins the organization, it may be the first go to place for her to explore all the data which is available about the organization to external parties. And it may be one of the areas where she can go and look for uh, creating a policy, cybersecurity policy, for the corporation, for the organization which she is in. You want to take a thought and come up with questions. Abhishek, before we move to the learning outcome 2, can you see my slide? Hello.
We can see the
Shall
demo.
I continue?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Hacking is related to tracking someone without their knowledge. Hacking is related to, you tell me, hacking is related to tracking someone without their knowledge? Hacking is a positive word or a negative word? If it is a positive word, that means with their knowledge. If it is a negative word, that means without their knowledge. Okay, so let's. Great. That's a great question, and I guess all of us are thinking aloud and trying to understand what's going on here. Yes, of course, hacking. We will discuss more on hacking. We can actually have a complete session only on hacking. How to do hacking? Yeah. Okay, so let's go with the learning outcome 2. And here we are talking about ethical hacking, right? So ethical hacking means not a negative thing. That means ethical hacking means within the framework of the policies, defined policies of the organization, defined policies of the government, not being a terrorist. So being ethical hacking is, of course, without their knowledge, but for the positive outcome of for humanity, positive outcome for the government. So let's go with learning outcome 2. Let's talk about why Kali Unix. What does Kali Unix include? Are all the tools free for use? Is Wireshark one of the tools included in Kali Unix? So I go to my next slide. Exploring Kali Unix. So what's Kali Unix? Kali Unix is a toolbox. It is not a tool. It is a toolbox. That means toolbox means it has so many tools. How many tools? Not more than 100. Currently, the toolbox tools number of tools are about 600. Okay, and why it is so important? Because one, it is Linux based and it is installed for cybersecurity command line terminal, and its distribution is free to use and open source. So the distribution of Kali Unix is free to use and is open source, and it is a toolkit. That means it has a toolbox. Hacker's toolkit. Hacker can be a ethical hacker or a non-ethical hacker. However, we when we are talking about, we're talking about ethical hacking, protection of our organization, protection of our country, protection of our resources is ethical hacking. Kali Unix has we will not say penetration test tools, but they have include also penetration testing tools and also the network assessment tools. So Kali Unix is a toolbox which has so many tools, like almost like 600 tools. Now, how do I install Kali Unix for Windows with WSSL? Now I'm going to start sharing. I'm going to take you to a place where you can install Kali Unix. It is called www.kali.org and get Kali. So let me just share that with you. Uh, share window. So are you able to see this one, get kali.org?
Yes, ma'am, we can see that. Yeah.
Right. So here is kali.org, get Kali. That means this is the place to go to install Kali Unix. Cool. That's so nice. Perfect. It looks great. Right. But so when I come here, I'm confused. So many things, containers, cloud. Now, if you are using Windows, then WSL is the place to go. Windows subsystem for Linux is included out of the box with modern window use Kali. That means we can use WSL and install Kali for Microsoft. So when we come here, WSL, it says Microsoft Store. So we will go to Microsoft Store. This will take us to Microsoft Store. And from here, we can download Kali. When we can download for the Microsoft operating system. So for the interest of time, I have already downloaded, and so I will be, sharing you one. Once I download, I will just share with you my Kali Unix terminal. Can you see my Kali Unix? Can you see some terminal? Can you see this terminal? It is a Unix based terminal, which is something like when we do CMD. When we do CMD on Windows, we see a terminal, command terminal. Now this one, when we download Kali Unix, we will be able to see this Kali Unix terminal. Just give me a yes or no. Just say yes, we can see, so that I can, I
Yes,
would be
ma'am,
able
we can
to.
see it. Yeah.
Yes, Abhishek, thanks a lot. Thanks. It helps because, just seems like I'm talking to nobody.
Completely understand that.
I'm just right. So this is how you will see, you will, when I download it, I will open my Kali Unix, and it will show just like when you say CMD, it shows a command line interface. In same way, it is a command line interface. Now, you see, I see Kali hyphen Ritu at Ritu Surface Pro. So what is this? So I say, who am I? Who am I? So he says, you are Kali underscore Ritu. So that is my username. Okay. So what is the host name? So it says Ritu Surface Pro. That is my, from where I am using I am the user on this host, which is a Ritu Surface Pro. All right. So so I can see Ritu Surface Pro, and then I can. The first thing I do is I try to upgrade. So what upgrade and or upgrade does is it will ask me for my password. First time, it will ask me to create a password. And then second time, it will ask me to put a password. So let me just do, yeah. So it will say sudo apt update. So it will update the Kali Unix. It will update all with the latest version. Okay. So since the packages are up to date, it says, can you see my screen, right, Abhishek? Yeah, so it will say all packages are up to date. I can also do sudo apt upgrade. So it will upgrade. Oh, spelling. So be mindful of the spellings. Sudo apt grade. So it will upgrade and install all the packages within the within Kali Unix. So as I said, there are about 100 plus and more tools available available on Kali, and some of the tools we can install as well as root. So here I am host. I'm username is Kali Ritu. However, I can also become the root to install. Like it says now, root at Ritu Surface Pro. That means I'm now the root, and I am able to install all the packages, and I can see ls-al. It will show me all the information, all the files and directories. It has also the permissions, read, write, execute. And I think if you have worked on Unix, it will be pretty much simple for you to use Kali Unix. And if we say pwd, it will tell me where I am. I am at home, Kali Ritu. If I want to go, uh, as I said, that there are a number of tools which come with Kali Unix. So I can say check all the tools, sudo app list. So this will list all the tools which Kali Unix comes with. That means since it's a toolbox, it has all the tools. And to be almost like 600 plus or tools. And you can also check if it has Wireshark. So sudo app list Wireshark. So it says yes because I put a so I got Wireshark common, Wireshark dev, Wireshark dot, and there is Wireshark here. So sudo apt list Wireshark will tell me that I have a Wireshark already there installed on my uh, on my computer. I don't have to install it separately. However, you can also install Wireshark separately. Just I will show you where. So if you're not using Kali Unix, we will stop the share and I will show you install Kali, Wireshark uh, from wireshark.org. Can you see can you see this wireshark.org, Abhishek? Anybody can tell me whether they can see the, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so you can see this wireshark.org download. You can download the Wireshark 64 installer. This is for Windows 64. This can be downloaded and installed. It comes separately, but in my case, it is already there installed as part of Kali Unix. Because Kali Unix, as I said, comes with about 600 tools. One of the tools is Wireshark. Okay, so this is another place where you can install Wireshark. I will just open up my back to my terminal. Yeah, so clear is a command which gives you a clean slate. That means now you can see all the directories ls-al. You can do ls, you can say who am I, It will tell you I'm the root, and from the root, okay, now I'm in the root. So you can explore a number of and as I said, you have sudo apt list wireshark spelling, just say star. So it will tell me, yes, your Wireshark is installed. Okay. Now I want to run my Wireshark from here. Then I can do that. I can say Wireshark, and it will open up a new window. I'm not sure if you are able to see, but let me try and show you. It has opened. It has opened Wireshark for me. Wireshark Network Analyzer. Can you see that?
You can see that, yeah.
Right. Now, when you see, this is a Wireshark Network Analyzer, and it has a number of interfaces. Now, what are all these? I will just when I will come back to it. Let me stop this share and share with you again my terminal, Kali Unix terminal. See, it's the Wireshark is still running as I showed you. I exit. Okay. Now, uh, if config, okay, if config, like ipconfig on Windows, ipconfig, what it does is it, when you do cmd and you say ipconfig, it shows you all the all the interfaces which are there attached to the computer. Now, when I'm doing if config, I can see ETH0, Ethernet 0, and this is an Ethernet interface which is attached to my current laptop, Ritu Surface Pro. You can see this. It has an IP address 172.26.132.233 net mask broadcast address, and it has a loopback interface. So we only have to worry about the Ethernet interface right now, which is interface. So there, if you have 10 or 15 interfaces connected, it will all show you. If config will show you all the interfaces. Now, what you can see is that my current laptop is attached to an interface called Ethernet, ETH0 interface. And this is where the interface I want to monitor the traffic on my interface. That means what data traffic is coming to my interface, and what data traffic is going out from my interface. Right? You remember Aisha, what's her job? Aisha's job was to be vigilant about all the data traffic which is coming inside the for the application and out going outside. So her job is to monitor the network traffic. Now, same job I want to do for my computer. That means I want to check what traffic is coming into my interface and what traffic is going out from my interface. Now, if config tells me that I have only one interface, which is ETH0, I have only one interface, that means I want to check what traffic goes in, what traffic goes out. Now, Wireshark is one of the tools which can help me check the network traffic. So I start Wireshark again. Okay. So, and the moment I start this, I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to sharing my screen again. Sorry for the network traffic. Window. This is this is my so I think so I will want to capture the traffic. I will say uh, check all the so that the traffic's so right now there's no it doesn't show me any traffic, but yeah, it takes sometimes time and it will start to capture all the traffic which is going on in and out of that interface. So while it does that, I will go back to our slide and 1 minute. Once while this is done, I will come back to the slides and then we come back to Wireshark later. So we see that, can you see my slide now? Exploring Kali Unix tools and capabilities.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, so all these we have done just now. We have first installed the Kali Unix, like from Get Kali, and I told you where we can go, WSL, and then Microsoft Store, we download the Kali, and then we run the Kali, and then we able to do all the commands like whoami, hostname, who update, upgrade, then list. Then we do install Wireshark. If it is not installed, you can do apt install Wireshark apt. But in our case, it was installed. Then there are other Unix commands, Linux-based Unix commands which we can use. And then we have the username and hostname. Now, one more differentiating factor between Kali Unix versus Ubuntu I wanted to highlight here, that both are open source. Both Ubuntu and Kali Unix are open source operating systems. They are both based on Linux kernel. That means all the Unix commands, command line interface, you can use Unix command line for both Ubuntu and Kali Unix. Both use package managers to install and manage software. That means when you install, it has a package. It's installed as a package. It will run as a package. Both are widely used by individuals and organizations, but the only difference which is that it Ubuntu doesn't come packed with hacking and penetration testing tools, whereas Kali Unix comes packed with hacking and penetration testing tools. So if you are going to choose, if your core priority is cybersecurity, you must choose Kali Unix, which comes with hacking and penetration testing tools, open source. All are open source. So there are many tools available and many companies who have different kinds of tools, but they are not open source. You have to pay a license fee. Here Kali Unix comes with the tools, and it has, or it you don't have to pay anything. It's open source. Now um, what kind of tools Kali Unix comes with? So when you say sudo apt list, it lists all the 600 tools. Okay, so it has all these tools like Metasploit, it has John the Ripper, it has Netcat, all these tools, the different tools with a different way thing to do. So their own the tools are uh, for a different purpose. We will be talking about it in the next 15 minutes after the in the learning outcome 3, that which tools can be used for what. Now Wireshark is used for traffic monitoring and traffic management. Now I okay, it's still taking time for my Wireshark, but anyway, so we will continue with that. And then Wireshark is, what does Wireshark actually do? Wireshark is used for capturing and analyzing network packets. Uh, so it is used for capturing and analyzing network packets, and it is used for as a network analyzer. So we will, and I also went through that where how and where to install Wireshark. You can install Wireshark www.wireshark.org. You can download the Windows 64 installers. Kali Unix, it comes already installed with Kali. It comes already installed. It is one of the tools already available with Kali. For obviously these are other commands which you can work on your own and check. But we can install Wireshark, like in case you don't have root privileges, then you can use a command to get root privileges, and you can also use commands to for execution. So let's before we will come back to the Wireshark once it starts to capture the traffic. Let's start with the third learning. So we have now closed with the learning outcome 2, which is install and initiate cybersecurity through Kali Unix and Wireshark. Why Kali Unix? What tool does Kali Unix include? We saw that there are about 600 tools. Are all these tools free to use? Yes, they are open source, they are free to use. Why Kali Unix? Why not Ubuntu? Because Kali Unix has cybersecurity tools for cybersecurity. And are all is Wireshark one of the tools included in Kali Unix? Yes, Wireshark is one of the tools included in Kali Unix. Okay, so now my Wireshark has already started to show me the outcomes. So let me just share that screen with you. Can you see the screen? The Wireshark screen? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
If you see the Wireshark screen, you see that Ethernet interface, which I showed you. There is only one interface which is attached to my, it says ETH0, that's the interface, live capture in progress. So you see this capturing all the traffic which is moving from within the from my laptop to the interface. So you will see it is the time, what time it started, the source where it originated from, then destination. This is the address of my Ethernet port, and you see this is the protocol. MDNS is used when the network is small, like a micro DNS, so domain name system. These are protocols. ARP, address resolution protocols, ICMP. So there, here it is asking ARP, address resolution protocol, who has this. That means which IP is connected to this interface. This is the interface IP address, and he says 172.26.28.1. This is my IP of my laptop. So it says to this interface, this laptop is connected. So I can see all the traffic which is going on, and there is that the you can use Wireshark for I mean it may be a 2-day program to understand Wireshark, but as we understand Wireshark, we will be able to gather the traffic which is going out and coming in into my Ritu Surface Pro. You remember there is a host name Ritu Surface Pro, the destination and the source, from where what the traffic is coming from. There is the traffic which is coming here. It goes to my, it is address resolution, and it is coming from the interface, which is, this is the interface IP. So there is Wireshark can be used to monitor and capture the traffic going from my laptop to the interface, which is the Ethernet interface attached to a laptop. So the interface is IP is this 172.26.132.233, whereas my computer IP is this 172. How can I find my computer IP? On my laptop, I can say CMD and it will give me the command terminal. And then I can write ipconfig. Ipconfig will give me the IP of my computer. That's one of the ways. Of course, there are other Windows ways also to find the IP of my laptop. So this is like monitoring. I can use Wireshark to monitor all the traffic which comes in and goes out from my laptop to the Ethernet, to the interfaces which are connected to my laptop. My laptop may be connected to an Ethernet interface, can be connected to a Wi-Fi interface, can be connected to a Bluetooth interface, and hence I'll be able to capture all the traffic which goes in and out. Here I'm connecting Ethernet interface. See if I say uh, capture stop, it will stop capturing the so you can see here the bytes, and it also talks about bytes, Ethernet byte, and um, then uh, if I so it says which interface package I'm capturing, and I can quit save all the packets. Your captured packets will be lost, or quit without saving. I can also do that. So when I say Wireshark, uh, sorry, from Kali, I can use Wireshark as a interface to. Let me come back to the slides. Can you see my slides? We are back to the slides. We are back to the slides. Abhishek, I need a yes, hello.
Yes, ma'am,
Somebody's
we can
there.
see it. Yeah.
So we have completed the learning outcome 2, which is why Kali Unix, what tools does Kali Unix include, are all tools free for use, and is Wireshark one of the tools included in Kali Unix? Okay, that's now we come to last 15 minutes. Okay, I won't take more time. I will go to the last 15 minutes and understand the last thing, which is develop security practices with open source tools for modern applications. So first thing is, what are modern applications? What are the best practices? Which tools we can use? Can AI help? Okay, all this. Now let's come to exploring modern applications. What are modern applications? Modern applications like Zomato, like Swiggy, like Airbnb, all these applications, microservices, DevOps, they are modular, they're cloud native design, they have one of the things they must include rapid development tools, they might use artificial intelligence, and they are scalable, they are portable, they are flexible, they are agile. These are all characteristic of a modern application. Now, how does the architecture of a modern application looks like? The architecture of a modern application, okay, it looks like this. It's quite simple, like, right? It's like a client server architecture. There is a client here, okay. Number two, there is a server here, okay, where the application is running, which may be a local server. It may be a local server, and then the server may be distributed across the cloud. And not only the server is distributed, but there may be a one SaaS platform we may be using. We may be using one cloud for the CRM. We may be using one cloud for storage. May be using another cloud for data processing. Cloud may be AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure, any cloud, multi-cloud architecture. So this is a multi-cloud architecture. There is a client server application, and these may be based across various regions, like Facebook app, maybe, across various regions around the globe, cloud. So this is a modern application now. Now, how do I secure the modern application? Multi-cloud, microservices, modular, scalable. The moment I start my company in China, I have my application running in China. So basically scalable across the globe. Now, what all security practices we need to make sure before we secure our modern application? So here there is C1, built-in distributed security and compliance. Okay, built-in security within the application server, within the application. Two, agility and speed, observing API interaction. So when my client is running, but it must not take me 10 minutes to get an outcome. So it is fast, like a Facebook app. It just gives you results within quickly. So that's my agility and speed. Traffic management and perimeter security. So there is a traffic management. We just discussed traffic, my interfaces. So we have this traffic management, and they are like at the edge edge of this edge of the cloud, you see. Traffic management and perimeter security means we need to secure our perimeters. Multi-cloud secure link connectivity, then security in the links. Fourth, you see your security in the links. So all these links must be secure. Okay, and another two things which we should cover is cloud security, whether the cloud which we are using is secure or not, right? The data center where where our applications are hosted, they safe or not? Data security, is my data safe? Where whosoever I'm giving my data to, is it safe? So multiple factors, one, two, three, four, five, six, we need to consider for our multi-cloud best practices for modern application developing cybersecurity. So okay, now I understand this now. What tools can I use in each of these areas? One, two, three, four, five, six. I've got these all these areas mentioned here to secure my Facebook app, or my Zomato app, or my Swiggy app. Now, there I need to look at the built-in security. That means DevSecOps, like GitHub, where my code is secure. Am I using the right code tools for securing my coding? Compliance and compliance. Agility and speed, like here we have the client agility and speed. We are using application monitoring tools we can use to monitor the agility and speed. We can use a number of them available. Then we have traffic management and perimeter security. Three, traffic management, we just discussed one of the tools, which is Fireshark. That means traffic which is coming inside and going outside my Ethernet interfaces, or my interfaces, I'm going to be securing at that, watching, being vigilant and securing at here. Then multi-cloud link connectivity. Now these link connectivities, which is links, this needs to be secured. So I use another tool called Jabix. It is also open source, coming from Kali Unix, I guess. It's also in Kali Unix, and Elastic APM is also open source. Then cloud security, you can use cloud security tools like Cloud Spoil, data security tools which are DDoS and CASB. So these are tools which we can use to secure the modern applications in all of these areas, one, two, three, four, five, six. Now, coming back again to open source tools, these are again tools in Kali, right? Tools in Kali. That means they're all available in tools in Kali, about 600 of them. Now we discussed Wireshark here, analyze network traffic. We discussed that. We didn't discuss Nmap for scanning and security audit, penetration of vulnerability assessments, Metasploit. We can choose one or more of these tools in any one of these areas, one, two, three, four, five, six. That means for one, we may have not only GitHub, may have two or three more tools for securing our compliance built in DevSecOps. We can use different tools for application performance monitoring. We can use different tools for infrastructure monitoring. So all they can be different tools which we can use, and they can be part of. Some of them are. We can choose from what is available with Kali tools like Health Scan, like vulnerability scanning, like web security analyzer, burp suit. So we can choose, we can list out the tools and choose one for each area of security. So cyber security tools for modern applications which are distributed, multi-cloud, multi-platform, and we can choose any of the tools for this. Now, can how using artificial intelligence for cybersecurity. Now, why I put this too, because this is me, but this is my persona, which is created by AI. So they are two different. Which one is real, which one is fake? I don't know, because both of them looks real to me, right? So the how AI can be used in cybersecurity for modern application is different ways. Like one is scan, detect, and analyze alarms. So when Aisha looks at it, she wants to scan, she wants to detect, she wants to analyze, and if there is an if security breach, she wants to raise an alarm, right? So for AI, she can use AI based security tools for faster detection, phishing detection, behavioral analytics. She can use any of the tools, AI based tools, which are slowly being developed and available, licensed and non-licensed, open source both. And then what job is after she raises an alarm, but she needs to prevent, correct, secure, stop. So that's her role. That's why she is ethical hacker, right? She needs to prevent, correct, secure, stop. So she needs to stop. So she needs these AI tools can be used for network security, authentication, prevention of online frauds. So that's how we can use AI in cybersecurity for a quicker resolution, because I don't want a downtime. If I'm a Zomato or a Swiggy, I don't want 1 minute to 10 minutes of downtime. I lose a lot of money while it is my application is down, while my modern application is down. So my Aisha needs to work full time to make sure that my applications are secure, that my applications are secure all the time. That is what my role is, to make sure that as Aisha, I also have a role for capturing and analyzing security hits, no downtime, and protect from ransomware. So that's what ethical hacking is. So I'm almost come to the end of my presentation. I guess I took some extra time, but we can so so what who we are and what we do is we are technology transformation organization. We support the community in a way, like we the developers support the GitHub community, the developers support a number of technology communities. For us, we support women in tech, women in STEM, women in vocational courses, women in sciences. We provide knowledge and a number of areas where we are doing through Soshamta, which is our not-for-profit organization in India, and in skill development, because we believe in self-enablement and security, and we believe in ethical hacking. So thank you. With this, if you have any questions, you want me to go back and show you or display, I'm happy to do that. Any questions? Any feedback? Thank you, Bernica. Very interesting. Perfect. So be, if we want, okay, just I will share one more, my last slide, which is here. So what we did in the last 45 minutes or 1 hour, more than 1 hour almost, like first thing we want three learning outcomes. What is the role of ethical hacker and who is Aisha? Aisha is cyber warrior, ethical hacker, armed organization. Is OS and IT open source intelligence legal? Well, it sure is. Is it free? Yes, it sure is free. Is there an open source intelligence framework? Yes, there is a framework, osintframework.com. Please go through that framework and you will try to understand what all cybersecurity, what all areas cybersecurity is required and can be implemented. Not all, you can choose areas. Learning outcome 2, install and initiate cybersecurity through Kali Unix and Wireshark. Why we are using Kali Unix? Kali Unix is the only toolbox on Linux which allows you almost like 600 tools, all open source, freely available. And what tools does Kali Unix? You can search on the internet and you can list also sudo apt list, and it will list all the tools which comes with Kali Unix. Are all tools free to use? Yes, of course they are free to use. Is Wireshark one of the tools? Yes, it is one of the tools included in Kali Unix for traffic monitoring only. Okay, it only as I showed you on my Ethernet interface, it only monitors the traffic on that interface, on the interfaces. So it cannot be used for application monitoring or other cloud security or data security. It can only be used for traffic monitoring on the interfaces. So Wireshark is one of the tools which is included, and there are other tools. The third outcome: develop cybersecurity practices with open source tools for modern applications. So first thing is, what are modern applications? Well, we are using them every day. We are using Zomato, we are using Swiggy, we are using Facebook. We all these are modern applications distributed across clouds. We're using different kind of tools in different clouds, and the best practices to secure modern application at every interface. We must have a tool to monitor, like, and one more important thing which I need to mention is probably best is having a centralized control, like a SIEM, like where you can monitor the application or in as a whole, and not like individually as one of the service. So which tools can be used to secure modern application? In all the 6 areas, we can search for tools on Kali Unix, and choose the tools which we want to use for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like is DevOps, like the link, like the traffic, like the data security, like the cloud security. And every area we can use different tools, and we can actually integrate all the tools into a centralized control as well. So that can be done. How can AI help? AI can help for 100%. AI can help to do faster detection because we don't want downtime. So AI can help to secure modern application by using faster detection. So what is the role of Aisha, the ethical hacker? Her role is as important as CBI's role in India. Thank you. I hope it helps.
Thank you, ma'am, for delivering such insightful session and providing exposure to all our grand finale participants. It was a really nice session. I'm looking forward to connect with you for other sessions as well. Since Pradeep sir mentioned specially for you that you are the industry expert for cybersecurity. So yeah,
Yes, thank you. And I am happy to say, yes, my 30 years of technology is finally reaching a place where I'm able to see from everything together. And that is my core. And I'm very happy to share the knowledge because all my 30 years of experience has is now in here, and I would be happy. And if there are any questions, queries, as I said, we have just touched the tip of the house iceberg. From the
Right, ma'am.
600 tools, I'm just talked about one, and that too with only 10 minutes of showing you how it works. But we have touched the tip of the iceberg. There is huge lot of things which we can share, learn, and I'll be happy to help.
Sure, ma'am, I just checked the chat section. Probably not having much queries. Most of them are being answered in the content being delivered via a session. So I guess we can conclude the session here.
Yes, feel free to connect with me if you have any queries. I'm on LinkedIn. Dr. Ritu Jain Gaurav can connect with me on LinkedIn.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you.
ma'am, for you to be a part of this session. We extend our sincere gratitude. All the participants, we are hereby concluding this session. You can go through the recording on YouTube, which we had shared the link earlier. Thank you all for joining. You may leave the meeting. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the time.